Dan the Natural Man Show. Oh boy, a little bit hoarse today. It's Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday. 8/31. My God. It's the end of August. Is it just me, or is time just flying by so quickly now? It just seems surreal that, it won't be long, it'll be Thanksgiving and Christmas again, and then 2023. Anyway, today I want to talk about ulcers in the stomach, ulcers in the bowel. And so, I've talked about some home remedies before for ulcers. Today I want to go over a few more that I came across. The first home remedy for ulcers is vitamin E. Doctors at the Kiev Medical Institute reported that 300 milligrams of vitamin E daily effectively treated peptic ulcers in 28 patients. Ulcers were relieved 4 to 6 days in the vitamin E group, while it took 7 to 10 days in those given conventional medication. So vitamin E. It's also important when you take vitamin E to take the natural form of vitamin E. There's a synthetic and there's a natural form of vitamin E. I can't remember the natural form, what it's called anymore, because I don't use synthetic vitamins anymore. I always recommend herbs and food to get your vitamin E. Like a really good source of vitamin E with food would be your sunflower seeds. Anyway, the next remedy for peptic ulcers, bananas. And I think I'm still going to do a video on bananas, because banana is one of the most commonly consumed fruits in the world. And we don't think a lot about it. We think, okay, it's got potassium, it's got this, but banana is also an herb and it has medicinal properties. This study found that dried unripe bananas, increase mucus in the digestive tract. That's why some other herbs help heal ulcers, is because when you increase the mucus in the digestive tract, the mucus protects the ulcer from the acid in the digestive tract, and so it can heal. Because if it's continually being bathed in acid, the ulcer won't heal. So we have to form a barrier between the acid and the ulcer so the ulcer can have time to heal. Unripe bananas promote cell growth in the intestinal tract. They also help prevent ulcers. Bananas contain water-soluble polysaccharides, the same compounds found in the anti-ulcer prescription drug Carafate, or Carafate. I don't know how you pronounce it. One of those. For ulcer treatment, unripe whole bananas will have some effect, but for the best results, you should use banana powder. To make banana powder, you peel the bananas and cut them into thin slices, put them in the sun, an oven, or a food hydrator, and dry them slowly. Once they're dry, you will grind them into a fine powder, and 3 times a day you'll mix 2 tablespoons of the banana powder with 1 tablespoon of raw honey. You'll take this mixture in the morning, mid-afternoon, and before bedtime. The next remedy is honey. Raw honey. Honey is no good unless it's raw. Once it's been pasteurized, it loses all the medicinal properties. Most places, if you look in the grocery stores, you can find some raw honey. Sometimes you can find raw local honey, but it's rare to get raw honey from other places. If you can't find local, you just want to make sure you get raw honey. It's best to get raw local honey, local to you. But if you have to get raw honey from out of state, do that, because it's better than pasteurized honey of any kind. It says the honey treats ulcers in 2 ways. First, glucose oxidase. An enzyme in honey produces hydrogen peroxide, which kills harmful bacteria that can contribute to the development of ulcers. Then, there are floral antibacterial substances in honey, which come from flowers when bees collect pollen, that add to honey's effectiveness in eliminating bacteria. So raw honey. The next home remedy, garlic. One of my favorite herbs in the world, garlic, is truly a miracle herb. Research on garlic's preventative and therapeutic benefits continues to grow. It now appears that garlic can keep levels of Helicobacter pylori in check, which is a bacteria that can cause ulcers. Garlic can kill it. Garlic can kill a lot of gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria. Researchers at the Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center discovered that garlic exhibits specific antimicrobial activity against H. pylori without entirely eliminating the strain. The elimination of H. pylori can cause other digestive woes. Anyway, garlic can help because it helps to cleanse the digestive tract. Next on the list is cabbage. Cabbage is one that I've used with a client at one point. She had severe IBS, ulcerative IBS. You take the cabbage and you juice it, and it heals ulcers. They did a study on this way back, I think it was in the 1930s, before Rockefeller took over completely. Decades before antibiotics, cabbage juice was successfully used to prevent or heal peptic and duodenal ulcers. In one study, it was shown that cabbage juice alone had a cure rate of 92% in the treatment of ulcers. This compared to about a 32% cure rate using a placebo or other conventional treatments. And this client I had, it started to clear her up in 5 days. And she had been having trouble for 10 years. Next remedy, licorice root. We talked about licorice root before. I know I have for ulcers. They have found that licorice root works as well as the drug cimetidine for treating and maintaining peptic and duodenal ulcers. It appears that licorice helps the stomach and intestines produce more protective mucus. It's mucus again, okay? This is extremely beneficial for anyone who takes ulcer-producing drugs like aspirin, cortisone derivatives, or non-steroidal anti-inflammatories. And the last home remedy we want to talk about today is cayenne pepper. And I've talked about cayenne pepper before, but cayenne also works by increasing the mucus production in the digestive tract. That's one of the ways it works, okay? Peppers have also been shown to trigger mechanisms and protect the lining of the stomach. Studies in Hungary found that consumption of cayenne actually decreased the acid output of the stomach, while at the same time increased protective secretions. In simple terms, peppers act as an antacid. Well, David Christer from School of Natural Healing was one of my teachers, and he developed a very severe ulcer years ago, and he healed it using cayenne pepper. Now, he warned us that it does hurt because it's cayenne pepper and it goes into the ulcer and it, it's hot. But his cleared up in, I think, 4 or 5 days. And that's not, this is not to say everybody get better in 4 to 5 days. Some people may take weeks to get better using cayenne pepper. But it works. And that is 5 home remedies. 5 more home remedies for ulcers. Vitamin E, cabbage juice, licorice root, cayenne, bananas, and honey. there you have it. If you found the video interesting and helpful, like it and share it. Please subscribe to my channel. Check out my page, danthenaturalman.com. And remember, until next time, keep it natural.